I have it. It's time whenever you're ready,
Okay,
sir.
just got the high sign, so. I will call to order the May 10th, 2022 Human Relations Commission. I will ask staff for confirmation that the Kansas Open Meeting Act required notice has been properly provided.
Yes, it has been.
Thank you. Would you please conduct a roll call?
Chair Burchell,
Present.
Commissioner Canales,
Present.
Commissioner Godsey,
Present.
Commissioner Rivers,
Present.
Commissioner Elric, Vice Chair Grinter.
I recognize that we do have a quorum, and that takes us to our next agenda item, approval of minutes from our Tuesday, April 12th, 2022 regular meeting, which was distributed electronically. Is there a motion to approve the minutes as distributed?
I move to approve the minutes.
Is there a second?
I second.
Any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor of approving the minutes from our Tuesday, April 12th, 2022 meeting, please signify by saying aye. Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? The minutes are accepted. That moves us to new business, public hearing items. Do we have any members from the public that would wish to take an item before this commission? I don't see anyone logged in online, and I see no people with an agenda item present. Therefore, we will move to administrative item 3.1, docket review.
Chair Burchell,
Yes.
I think everyone has received these in the docket before, or the packet beforehand. I don't know if there are any questions on what was provided and is shown on the screen here. We didn't have any new employment cases and no public accommodation cases. Again, we are mostly focused on the housing cases where we have the most activity. I don't know if anyone has any questions to that. We anticipate there'll be 2 of these moving to the closed category before our next meeting from where they are now. And we anticipate one being sent out very soon before the next meeting to go before the commission for determination. If there aren't any questions, I don't have any further than what the document in the packet provided.
It's nice to see more of them being closed. That's always a good sign.
Yeah, it seems like we're moving along, huh?
Yes.
All right, with no questions, we'll move to item 3.2, new file sharing system for cases to be reviewed.
Yes, I would say, Chair Burchell, that we just wanted to let everyone know we are doing away, since we went to a new management system, it has that feature, so we're not going to renew our subscription that they had for, was it Sync?
Sync, yeah.
Sync. So it'll be My Case. You'll receive, kind of like you did, the commissioners that'll be selected for the next hearing will get an invitation. It'll come from Marissa this time, and it'll say, and you'll be able to download then those documents for that case. But you'll have to sign up like you did for Sync. It's free to you, but you'll get an email that says, from Marissa, My Case, City of Salina, and that, we just wanted to warn you that that was coming with your next time you have a new case system. And I guess everyone should get it for the virtual binder too, won't they, Marissa, a link for the
No,
virtual
we
binder?
did the virtual binder through Dropbox.
Okay, the virtual binders through Dropbox. The reason we didn't use that is because the Dropbox, the free Dropbox version doesn't have the same security methods and making it the way we paid for the InSync that we phased out, in My Case has the same security features, so we can make sure it's all maintained confidentially. It's specifically for legal environment, so we know that it's what we're using in-house, and it has that feature. So it saved us having an extra program and an extra fee to phase out Sync. But we wanted you to know, so you don't, when you see that email from My Case, that you know that's your sign up, and you'll get the case. Those of you who haven't responded, Marissa sent out an email a day or two ago, just letting you know that we do have this one coming. We want to kind of pre-vet to make sure there aren't any conflicts before we select our random 3. So if you could just let her know if you have any conflicts. I know a few of you have responded, but just a reminder, we need everyone to respond to see in case there's a conflict, then we won't put you in the random selection. But we anticipate that probably by the end of the day tomorrow
Yeah.
is our hope. Otherwise, it'll be next week because Marissa's going to take a little vacation. So it's her
Oh.
case she's working. So we're hoping we'll send it, and then when she gets back, she'll have something, she'll be ready to go.
And for those of us that don't have a teenager living at home, if we run into a technology problem with this new system, just call the office.
Call
right?
me, yeah, we should be able to talk
Okay.
you through it. But I think it's pretty, from my understanding, I haven't been on that end of receiving an invitation like that. It's pretty self-explanatory. It might say client because it is based and used mostly attorney-client. But even though we know you're not our client, it may, I don't know, they have an automatic thing from my case. So it may say client, but it's a secure portal that we have more confidence in than the Dropbox.
Sure. Any questions about the new case file system?
If you have any problems, if I can do it, anyone can. I am not a techie person. I never did learn how to set the VCR,
Well,
the timer when it goes off. So I.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
Okay, and thank you for the heads up.
Okay.
That takes us to item 3.3, review of the 2022 Fair Housing Seminar.
Yes, and I know some of you have been anxious. We appreciate Chair Burchill attending the seminar and being there, and his input, since he's been to others too, is always valued. I thought, a good turnout. We ended up, I think there were 53 registrants and a couple people could not attend. I think just 2, I may be a little off on that. We have the surveys accumulated. We will have those put together in the next staff report. The next meeting, we'll have a staff report with some survey information and everything accumulated, nice and neat, that we can put out for the public staff report. We've been working on that. We were pleased for our first time. Of course, there are always things you think you can improve upon based on the feedback, but I thought overall we were happy. The day went well. We didn't get too behind schedule. I think we ended pretty much on time. We ended up with 5 sponsorships at 2 different levels and 5 vendor booths. And we put a booth out then for, maybe there were 4 vendors and then our 2 booths that we had. We put one out for the HRC and one out for the AAB, our other board, and did a little display and had information, encouraged people to join the city boards, all the city commission. We had a little QR code so people could scan it if they were interested, and tried to make a plug for that to try and recruit new members. Anyway, I don't know if Chair Burchill, if you have anything else
I
to add.
answered some questions that people were interested about
Good.
This and other city boards, so I answered those. The other thing that I answered is there was a couple people from advocacy groups that were attending the conference, and they were surprised that there wasn't more people there, and they said at first they also were thinking it was more for landlords, but they were finding a lot of important information. So I think my only suggestion is that we need just to do a little bit better job, that this just isn't, from the people on the owner side, but for tenants as well, that they could learn a lot from this session as well. But the advocates that I visited with said they were really getting a lot of information from it, so.
Well, good. It's just always trying to get the word out is the hardest thing, but the tenants, I think that's a whole nother thing. We've had some discussions on how to get actual tenants there. I think it will be hard when there's a fee and it's during work hours a little
Sure.
bit. So we're trying to brainstorm some other ideas on how to reach that target market, if you will.
But I could tell you that those brochures that we had out, they disappeared really quick. So
Good.
there were a lot of people that were getting, not just for themselves, but other people in their offices or friends. So
Good.
that was.
Is that something you could put out at the River Festival at all? Like a booth at the River Festival?
I don't know. We're not really
That'd be
arts
kind
and
of an
community.
odd-
Yeah, it's kind of an odd
placement,
fit
wouldn't
for that.
Yeah.
So we're trying to find some other things. I think it will be hard to put on that size of an event every
Sure.
year, but other outreach. Outreach is on our list of things and what we're trying to come up with some ideas. And I know, we're still talking about different things with filming besides just these. I know the city has its own channel now. We're talking about different things to get out there and get the word out for that, so.
And then before the pandemic, we did a video and a discussion at the Arts Center. We did a diverse city, diversity with the play on the word city.
Okay.
To try get people together, and we helped sponsor that. And then once COVID hit, we tried a virtual books discussion on the color of law that actually, I was surprised at the turnout for that. But I think COVID just kind of,
Yeah.
had such an impact on everybody's lives. It kind of slowed everybody down and really changed the culture of those things. But the art center where we watched the video on discrimination in housing, that was in Kansas City. There's a
Okay.
video out on YouTube that's for free, and we had a discussion afterwards on that. That was well received, and so I think there's things we can do that, and certainly take a look at. And I would again remind everybody that the Dana Adams project will be going on this June.
Tied in with Juneteenth, I believe, is something, which is an announcement that the Juneteenth, Salina Juneteenth is planning an event for Dana Adams on the 17th and also the 18th all day, which would be, I think they have a lot of different events planned during the day,
Yes.
starting with a pancake feed all the way through a dance in the evening, so.
Nice.
So, and that's salinajuneteenth.org, I think, is the organization. We've been talking to them a little bit.
Yeah, I was thinking that, you know how they do the first Fridays? Perhaps doing an activity on a first Friday within, like, if the art center would, be open for
Yeah.
something like that, that it might be a good way
Yeah.
where people are already thinking, it's Friday and
Yeah.
it's the art Friday and
Sure.
let's get together, especially as the weather is warming.
Especially if we could do something fun like a movie.
Yeah.
And not just an educational seminar, not just a lecture.
Well,
But I
movie
think-
discussions are such a fantastic way
Yeah.
bringing people together and getting different perspectives, and so
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, great ideas. Although I kind of think we've skipped spring this year and went straight to
I think so too.
summer.
It's
But
coming back next week.
yeah.
Is it? Okay. All right, we can hope, right?
okay, and so we look forward to the staff report. Are there any more questions from any of the commissioners on the fair housing seminar that we had? Hearing none, then they'll move us to agenda item 4, unfinished or other business. Do we have any other or unfinished business we need to take care of? Because I'm not aware of any. I hear nothing, so I'm going to then take us to agenda item 5, and one more time ask for if we have any members of the public that would like to address the commission.
I have none on Zoom.
None logged in, no members of the public that wish to address the commission, then I would remind the commission and anybody viewing this meeting that our next regular meeting is scheduled for Tuesday, June 14th, 2022 at 5:30 p.m. And as you heard in our discussion, please get online and look for the Juneteenth.org activities, which will be occurring shortly after our next scheduled meeting.
Right. And it's Salina Juneteenth. I'm sure there are
Salina
other ones,
Juneteenth,
but
I'm sorry, yes.
salinajuneteenth.org for our
Yes.
local area. I think there are others. If you get Juneteenth, you might get a lot.
Right. Yes, good point. Any other items for the commission? Hearing none, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
I take it.
Second, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. We are adjourned.